get my microphone so we can do a quick little recap on today. No trades for the day. Just wanted to do this for my future self if anything ever happens. I need to look back and watch this video. But let's break down everything that happened today. Bam, right here. Today was a more so psychological day. And what do I mean by this? Of course, price action wall, you could see clearly made the move to the upside. Throughout this move to the upside, we did not get our trade entry. While not getting our trade entry or any execution in order for us to execute upon, right? Our mind went into the 50-50 mode. The 50-50 mode is, should I continuously look for retracements in order to get an entry? Or should I call it a day and get off the charts, understanding that price action won't provide me that entry? I did stay on for actually a very, very short time today. I'm probably going to make maybe a video on me fully breaking down everything going on within my trading right now. This is all the images, all the fun stuff here. See, price action swept out 15-minute lows, pushed the upside. It was an hourly sweep as well. SMT with, yes, price action continued to push the upside, no retracement. It was okay. This was our week, so everybody can take a look. Still, let's refresh it. If all my trades will showcase, but I guess it won't. Okay. Anyways, let's try this one more time. Okay. Let's retry this. Oh, oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. It's November. I have to go back a month. This was our finishing profit for the trading week. Loss. Lots of learning throughout this week. There will be even more learning throughout the weekend. About to go in, split 2 work sessions. I'm also going in and reviewing my own personal life, seeing when I work the best. I tend to have a tendency where right after I get done trading, it's that little time period, that gap where my mind takes a breather. And if I don't take that breather, my work, I'm not able to continuously keep that focus. I have to have something to break that focus, then put back into it. That's just what I found out with me. If you guys find yourself feeling like you're not so consistent with your days, first off, just know you're not a robot. This is a real. Oh, let me put this here. First off, just know you're not a robot. You can still do what normal people do, I guess. Whether that be, if you're someone like me that just stays inside, looks at charts, and goes to the gym, watch YouTube, or whatever the case is, I would say it's best to keep it in moderation. For me, I have a lot of times where it tends to get outside of that moderation, and then the next day or later that night, I have to pick back up on everything. So what I've seen recently for me is, after that trading period of, hour 30 minutes, my mind goes somewhere else, in the sense of it needs that breather. And if I don't take that breather, then I get distracted on YouTube. I watch YouTube for an hour, or I just don't do anything. It's so odd. I literally sit there on the chart and I just sit there and stare, and then go on my phone. And I have no apps on my phone either. I literally have 0 apps, so there's nothing to do on my phone. No Instagram, TikTok, nothing. So, yeah. But for me, I found that when I go to the gym in that period, it refreshes my mind, and then I could come back. That's what I just did, and then get back to work. So that's what we're about to do right now. I'm about to split up 2 work sessions, 3 hours, split it up, take another breather, and then 3 hours again. Doing the work we need to do, and then do whatever else we need to finish for the rest of the night. But let's get into this, because this for me was an amazing week, and we finished it off better. This week was This week was, and this week, this week was better than the previous. It's slowly, the executions are becoming better the more we see them, and the more we go in and analyze them. For example, this long entry was, I wasn't supposed to take the long because we swept out liquidity. However, the entry in it of itself was a clean entry, pertaining to the micro time frame. Bam, liquidity sweep, took out liquidity, retraced for a 5-minute imbalance, which was right within here. Then validated it, pushed the upside, and got an entry within discount. That entry in and of itself is amazing, a lot better than our previous entries where we were just forcing them, and wasn't so sure. So just know, even if you do follow your rules, and you do have times where you are on losing streaks, don't trip out. If you have properly backtested your trade strategy, you should have an understanding of how many losers you will take in a row typically, before rebounding. For me, I need to go in and backtest a lot this week so I could get all the data I need. That's my main focus, backtesting all this weekend, and then having extra confidence within my trade strategy and understanding, okay, maybe my average losing streak will be 3 losers or 4 or 2 or whatever the case is when fully applying everything we've learned so far. And obviously there's more to learn, but you could see entries continue to get better. Right here, if we scale down on the 1 minute, yes, this was long to the upside. We were bearish, but we swept out liquidity. I wanted to see if we would validate it, but still another amazing clean entry. And that's one thing I really wanted to emphasize, getting better at. There's 2 things, entries and following trend. Those 2 things, we figure those out, fully break it down, we have it in our mind map, we're set. No need to rush it either. Take your time with it, value the learning process. So for today, what did price action do? Pretty self-explanatory. If anybody's curious why I wait so long to do the recap, because recaps only take a minute watch. Price action made that push to the upside after sweeping out daily liquidity. I was curious why we were sweeping out daily liquidity and making that push to the upside. It looks like on ES it was a retracement for this week fair value gap. However, on NQ there was no reason besides just sweeping out daily liquidity. So I don't know if we're going to continue to the downside, validate this retracement. We clearly validated this 4-hour retracement. I want to see if we can continue pushing to the downside, maybe make that week retracement. Month just closed, monthly candle. Not that anybody cares. Prior, nothing happened. Still bullish on the monthly time frame, pushing to the upside. August we came down, swept out this monthly liquidity, so I'm still bullish as of right now on the month, but I don't know how much that would apply. Today, I already said it, price action came down, swept out 15-minute lows, made it a retracement for this new day opening gap, and then what pushed the upside, it was as simple as that. We didn't get any trade entry. 15-minute market structure shift to the upside on the micro time frame. Yes, we did get a setup, however we had news data, so we couldn't execute on it even if we wanted to. Actually, did we? No, we didn't. Sorry, I thought we did. We did not get a setup. Thought this was an imbalance. We didn't get any setup at all. This was an order block. We found statistically our order block percentage win rate is very low. Not something we want to execute on. So price action just continued to rally to the upside. No micro time frame retracements in order for us to execute with a solid stop loss. Remember, emphasizing all of our rules. Nothing here. Wanted to see if we can, form something here. What I was really looking for was price to make this retracement for this 15-minute and 1-minute imbalance, validate it, sweep, then showcase a market structure shift to the upside, giving us a trade entry. Didn't get that. That's okay. During that time, what happened within my mind? My mind was like, oh my gosh, we didn't get a trade entry. And we understood bias. I want a trade entry. And that's where I go into the 50-50 mindset, where 50% of my mindset was like, okay, do we find a trade entry on the 5-minute time frame and keep waiting, or do we just get off? And I've slowly been cutting down my trading time, more and more and more. I'm in PST, Pacific Standard Time, but if we're talking about EST, I used to trade until 11:30 a.m. from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Then I cut it down to 11 a.m. Now I'm cutting it down to around 10:30, or 10:45, somewhere within that range. Obviously, you should have a gauge on what price action is doing, not just get off. But for me, I'm adjusting to what the market is showing me. I will not statistically, showcasing as well on my data. When executing past 11, I statistically have around a 20% chance of winning, so the probabilities are just never within my favor. During that time, I'm ready to get off the charts. I'm ready to go recap the day, to X, Y, and Z. So I'm just adjusting the market conditions. It's not about having a strict trading time. It's about seeing, okay, what was price action developing, possibly showcasing another trade entry, or is it just done for the day? You know, I've found that the longer I stay on the chart, the more I try to force executions. And this was that example. I did not, I just, and even if we got the retracement, that doesn't mean we would have gotten an entry, right? Trade idea is not a trade execution. So that's all that happened. Price liquidated to the downside, made this retracement right here we were originally looking for, upon displacing higher, validated it. This was a clean setup to the upside. We were still on the chart. It was a retracement within this imbalance. Stops below here or here, targeting wherever the next drawn liquidity was. We could clearly see that did not play out. And it's good that we are focused on that mindset of managing our risk rather than just throwing it all away. So, yep, that was today's trading day. The main lesson for today was the psychology aspect of it rather than anything else. Being able to simply understand, okay, it's time to get off the charts and go live life. You know, go do whatever you want. So, I got pizza right here. I'm about to watch an episode of Demon Slayer, and then while eating the pizza, then go do my 3-hour work session, take a break, then go do another 3-hour work session because we have a lot of work to get done. And yeah, I'm not a robot, so this is the only way for me to enjoy myself, by consuming content online. Yeah, I need to move out, buy a supercar, and get some friends. Anyway,